how challenging Odette was for VECO.
Odette was really so devastating. Imagine lang we had to replace over 4,000 poles. To add pa yun, we did it in the midst of COVID.
Welcome to Padayon, a Cebu businessman podcast where we celebrate the brightest minds in the country. I am your host, Kent de la Calzada. Before we dive in, be sure to follow the Padayon Podcast on our social media, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Instagram, and Facebook. For this episode, we sit down and have a conversation with a very young leader who have shaped Visayan Electric into what it is today, a convenient, customer-friendly company. With us is the newly installed OIC President and General Manager of Visayan Electric, who is born and raised here in Cebu, Visayang Dako, from the hills of Talamban, an Aboitiz scholar, engineer, Mark Anthony Kindica. Ato sa ilailahon si Engineer Kindica. Your very young leader is 42 years
42.
old. I would assume VECO is your first job.
Yes, sir. First job, and hopefully my last.
Is engineering really your passion, your childhood dream? I mean, if not, unsa may imong lain unta nga damgo sa imong kinabuhi?
I think so, sir. But originally, yun, when as a bata pa, it's really I wanted to be a scientist. But then again, as the time goes by, I'd rather design and build rather than to explore and discover. That's why engineering.
How important is your educational background to shaping your career, to what it is today?
I mean, high school, I studied in Don Bosco Technology Center. And in high school, we have technical and academics. So in high school, I learned to love technical more than academic. So, and also, it is also in Don Bosco that I learned the principle that I live by until today, that is doing ordinary duties extraordinarily well. So that be applicable na for my work and my personal life, and para to do things with commitment, excellence, and purpose.
And by the way, how did you end up with Visayan Electric? No, was an Aboitiz scholar a big factor to it?
Yes, I was an Aboitiz scholar through the Davao Light, and after I took the board, I joined immediately Visayan Electric.
Okay, and then from a technical, I understand you shifted roles, and you were given the role of becoming the head of the customer service group. How was that for you? How challenging was that?
Yes, it was challenging. It was more than 10 years in engineering. When I started engineering dayon ko for more than 10 years, then I was asked to transfer to customer service group and to lead that group. So what I did lang yun is really to trust and empower the current mga managers under the customer service group. But I also had to learn the statutory and mga regulatory requirements, learn to look at the point of view of the customer yun, and learn to innovate and look for better ways through technology.
Okay.
I think more a secret.
Very interesting. No? Now, you have been credited as one of the driving forces behind the initiatives that aim to enhance customer experience, no? Especially when paying bills. Why do you make convenience a priority?
Yeah, before that, I appreciate the recognition, but I do not take the credit. It's the collaborative effort of the customer service team yun as a whole. So we believe convenience is important. It should not be difficult for customers to pay their bills, because they're paying the bills, di ba? So also convenience builds trust, and it also encourages them to pay early, so pay on time. And also ultimately for us, it also enhances our overall customer service or experience among customers.
And then another one, no, is one of your hallmark achievements during your leadership as AVP of Customer Service Group was the expansion of Visayan Electric's third-party agent. Why do you think growing the TPAs was crucial for Visayan Electric and for the customers within your franchise area?
Again, I could not take the credit again, same as the previous question. No? But again, it's really, again, boils down to customer convenience. So more ways to pay, easier way to pay. So we have several TPAs now. We have the banks and non-bank. For banks, we have like a Union Bank, over the counter or online. For non-banks, we have SM, GCash, Maya, Lulier, M. Lulier, Cebuana Lulier, and many more. So those are the TPAs that ang collection namo is so high because of them, with the help of the TPAs.
Earlier, you mentioned about making it convenient for your customers, no? And I understand that VECO launched an app, it's mobile app, and it's one of the thrusts right now. It's going into digital transformation. What can you say about Visayan Electric's commitment to digital transformation? I'm a user of your app, by the way, and within a few clicks, yeah, you can indeed pay your bills.
Before that, thank you very much for subscribing sa mga mobile AP. So wala pa nakasubscribe, please subscribe. So you have the convenience and your bills in your fingertips, and pwede sa makapay through the online. We launched the mobile AP. I don't know if people know this. No, we launched mobile AP during the pandemic. Okay? It's really difficult, man, to send the bills, get the bills, and pay. So it was fully, even if it was not fully ready, but because we think that the customers really need it, we launched it anyway. So it just shows our commitment, no, to digital transformation and to putting first the needs of our customers. Talagang special thanks and to the team who made it possible. No, we have Colleen, Jong, and Melo's team for continuously evolving the app and improving the app. Hopefully, naganahan mo sa app.
Yeah, it's very convenient, no? It's information or paying at your convenience, no? Just a few clicks and okay na.
That is really the intention.
We'd like to shift a little bit, engineer, no? You've gone through several roles already in your career, from the head of customer services group, then I understand the head paka of the management panel for the collective bargaining agreement in 2022. Now, with those roles, now you are the OIC president and general manager of VECO. So what's the transition like, and then how do you prepare for such a role?
So this new role now that I have right now, it's the responsibility is really broader. It is looking at the bigger picture. Before, customer service, engineering lang yun. So it's really bigger. I think it's more complex, but it brings everyone together. Personally, because of the mga roles that I've been through, it made me more mga holistic in terms of decision making. That's why I think it also prepared me to have this role right now. And it is each role is unique and rewarding in its own way. So I enjoyed every role. I think it complements what I am today, and I enjoyed it for their different reasons.
I've been researching about VECO, and you have this thing called Fridays with Faradays. Can you tell us more about it?
Yes. Before this became before it became Fridays with Faradays, a nice term. But it was at that time I was the head of the power system planning department, and technical training that's really suited for us or tailored for us. The opportunities are quite limited. So what we did, among team was really young, dynamic, and really hungry for development and trainings. So what I did is we dedicated our Fridays for training. Ako rin mo train nila from the start. So sa una, we'd visit mga facilities, substations, the lines, and dive into mga technical discussions. We also have we took turns and also in presenting topics, and sometimes learning becomes a game, so we challenge each other, we engage to mga discussions, and we made it more learning as a fun, engaging way. And after that, it became a culture of continuous learning. So then it became Fridays with Faradays.
How about any secrets, engineer, when making sure kanang secrets nimo to ensure that your employees will share the same mindset as you have?
I think there are three things that I know. First is really clarity on the why. So get their buy-in, get their what's in it for them. And next is really open communication. We normally, ako si tabihan ko nila, we talk casually, And last is really you show you that you are here to help and here to support. Mo lang yun na. But the team in Visayan Electric is always been driven, passionate. So wako'y problema, I didn't have to do much.
In VECO engineer, how do you usually empower your leaders, especially the ones directly working under you? Any tips on how do you usually empower them?
For me, it's simple. It's really trust and accountability. And balik sa kong gingon ganina, it's really the three things na sa no. It's really clarity on the whys, open communication, and the help and support. I think basically that's it.
And as a general president and general manager, unsa may long-term goals nimo for the company, engineer?
Smarter dapat, smarter among networks, smarter, more resilient, and customer focused among services.
Speaking of VECO, I understand that VECO serves so many households now. Do you feel a sense of pressure when it comes to making sure that you provide and deliver power to these people?
So VECO serves around about 500,000 accounts or customers. So that would mean 2 million people. So definitely there's pressure, especially like events like Odette, where power is very critical for the recovery. So the pressure that is on us, it drives us to keep our services high, improve our reliability, and respond faster.
Can you paint us a picture of how challenging Odette was for VECO as a whole? What was your mindset during that time?
So Odette was really so devastating. I think Odette was the most challenging thus far sa MOA for Visayan Electric. So imagine lang we had to replace over 4,000 poles. That would normally take us 2 years, and we did it in just 3 months. That's also because of the help of the LGUs, our stakeholders, and our mga brother DUs from Meralco, from Iloilo, from the Mindanao, Davao Light, Cotabato Light. So we have so many ganitabang samo. That's why we made it in 3 months. To add pa yun, we did it in the midst of COVID. Grabe ang COVID adto. And over Christmas and New Year. Our mindset is really to focus on the mission. And that is to provide and to recover as soon as possible because the Cebuanos were counting on us. Imagine, like Christmas, so itarong New Year because after all that. And also, it was really tough, but with the team of VECO or Visayan Electric, we pulled it through. And special mention lang, would like to give a special thanks to the leadership of RCL and to the tenacity of Omboy.
So these people are really the unsung heroes, no, during that, providing us with all the power and electricity needed to go on with our daily lives. No? We now wanted to talk. I understand that VECO has this high performance principle. Can you expound on that, engineer? On sa man siyang high performance principle of VECO?
We made a mnemonic para easier to understand the key aspects. No, instead of the acronym performance, we made it as CP3, like the basketball player. It's 3 C's and 3 P's. First C is customer satisfaction. Second is compliance to regulatory requirements. And the last C is continuous improvement. Now moving on to the 3 P's. So we have 3 P's, protect the environment. Next P is protect lives. And lastly is our power assets. That's our way of itong performance. Instead of performance, the 3 C's and 3 P's.
3 C's and 3 P's.
Easier to understand, right?
Yeah, very interesting. And then let's go to about strategic partnerships. No, VECO has actively engaged in strategic partnerships, the likes you have with CITU, no, College of Engineering. Why is it important to Visayan Electric to develop homegrown talents, such as yourself?
Thank you. So for VECO, it is important to have for VECO's long-term success. It is important na we have homegrown talents because they have the context of our local Cebu, the franchise. And of course, it is a pool of talents na to support our needs in the future. It has also been my dream, good, to that our partner universities become more like an research arm for utilities or industries that should create mga solutions that could be recognized not only locally but also globally.
Yeah. Totally agree with you, engineer, no, na wa gilain nga makibaw sa local nga mga issues diri except kita ra sang mga Cebuanos, no? So ang atong advocate, no,
Yes,
the issues that we have, local knowledge, it's better nga ang mga local rasad ang makasulbad sa atong mga problema,
for
no?
sure.
Now, riding on the topic about strategic partnerships, no, I understand that Visayan Electric was recognized by the DEP-ED in the Partners Appreciation and Recognition Night. No? Why is it very important to Visayan Electric?
So the recognition from DEP-ED, no, is it affirms our role as our partner in education and community development. It inspires us to keep going and keep supporting programs that would have a lasting impact sa community.
Okay, and then ang kaning significant house wiring project, unsa may goal ninyo ani engineer?
It's really to daghan man gud, even though if we have 100% electrified na atong sitio, but there are still houses nga wala sila facility to connect to our system. So the house wiring project is really to provide house wiring sa mga indigent nato nga mga kauban o mga igsoon, and so that they can have the opportunity to connect to a reliable source which is coming from us. So it is our way to make sure that no one is left behind in having the access to reliable power.
And why is it important for Visayan Electric to support or participate the initiatives of Cebu Business Month?
So Cebu Business Month, no, brings together key players in the industry driving Cebu's growth. So our participation also would allow us not to support economic development, connect with key stakeholders, and collaborate for atong progress sa Cebu.
And what will be the kind of future that Visayan Electric could bring to Cebu?
Yes, for me, no, it's really Visayan Electric aims to build a future for Cebu that is smarter, second, sustainable, and inclusive. So we have reliable power, sustainable energy, and services that match good sa atong needs for a growing modern Cebu.
Engineer kanang you're a newly installed president and general manager, no? Very early to talk about legacy. But when it's your time already to leave the baton to the new leader, what do you want your legacy be like?
For me, it's really about doing the work right, with integrity, with purpose, and with care for people, especially for safety. If that leaves a positive impact to Visayan Electric and to the communities we serve, so that's I'm already very good. That's enough for me.
Yeah, that's your legacy, leaving a positive impact to the community.
I hope so.
How about future initiatives, engineer? No, unsa pa may other initiatives of Visayan Electric that would help Cebu's growth and economic resilience?
So as I mentioned, VECO is really investing on smart grids for smarter systems. We're investing in more resilient networks and digital services like mobile AP. This is to support Cebu's growth and economic resilience.
You also have this school rewiring project. Are there any other planned community engagement initiatives that Visayan Electric will be launching in the near future?
Yes, our focus yun for Visayan Electric are initiatives na focus on three things: community livelihood, education, and environment. So this includes katong expansions sa mga house wiring programs for the indigent, supporting mga skills training, and launching environmental mga campaigns together with in partnership with the LGUs.
Engineer, we're nearing the end of our episode, and I wanted to ask a few more questions lang, fun facts about you, no? If your life were to be made into a movie, which actor would you like to play engineer and why?
Amir Khan of the Three Idiots. Yeah, because he's the model student, simple, humble, and he's chasing the learning rather than the accolades or the medals.
What is your favorite food spot here in Cebu?
Any Japanese resto,
Any Japanese
Resto, yeah.
particular food?
salmon, and also mga shrimp nga tempura.
Favorite place in Cebu?
I say home, but if it's not allowed, so it's really walking sa mga mountains, strolling sa beaches, the white beaches of Cebu.
How about kanang books, engineer? What was the last book you read and what were the lessons that you learned from it?
Culture Code. This was given to me by Jokin, Aboitiz. Although I'm not much of a book reader, I haven't read a book from cover to cover, but this one, I think this will help me in my new role. I can see the cultures of the successful businesses organization across the world, and maybe we can follow what is applicable to Visayan Electric.
Interesting. I should read that book.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you're into sports. No? If you were to have a one-on-one match with a very famous tennis player, who would that be?
Definitely Roger Federer.
Why?
In my eyes, he is the real GOAT.
Really?
Yes.
Medyo batanon-batanon pa jud ka engineer kay sa among panahon pit sampras man to.
Andre Agassi.
Yeah, so if you were to match them together, who do you think would win?
Pete Sampras at his prime and Roger Federer at his time. No doubt, Roger Federer.
You're a fan, you're a fan. And any last words you'd like to share with our viewers?
So again, daghan salamat, no? Daghan salamat Cebu Chamber, daghan salamat Sir Kent for this interview. I hope I did you justice. And again, sa mga viewers diya, mga Visayan Electric customers, plug lang ko gamay. If wala pa mo naka-install or naka-download or register sa mobile app, please do so. For sure, baka daghan yung mo magkuha diha. You have your bills at your fingertips. You can pay anywhere, anytime. Like Sir Kent Dere.
Daghan salamat. So all right, that is it for our episode with OIC President and General Manager, Engineer Mark Anthony Kindica. That's a wrap. This has been your host, Kent de la Calzada, Padayon, Cebu.
Wow, thank you.